Very good morning to all of you. It's a pleasure to have you all again today with us on the subject of overview of franchise industry. I'm Nandivardhan Jain. I'm the founder and CEO of Noises Capital Advisors. We are one of the leading hotel investment advisory firm in the country, provide integrated professional services like feasibility reports, valuation, operator search, debt syndication, hotel buy and sell. So that's the area where we operate, and we have offices across the India. Now, as you all know, we have organized eHotelier Summit India in the first week of June, and it was a huge success. Thanks a lot once again to all of you for making it a huge success, and it was an opportunity for us to connect the industry. In the last few days, we were receiving lots of calls from the hotel owners. Now, the market is starting shaping up far better than what it was. Though we are still in the demand shock, I'm not denying for that. COVID impact is still very much on. Travel is restricted, but some little bit sign of improvements are there. So in last 30 days, we started receiving call from our clients or the standalone hotel owners, independent hotel owners who are going through this difficult situation currently from terms of adapting to the new scenario of COVID-19 SOPs and the many other processes which need to be implemented to going forward, and whether to open the hotel or not, and what's going to be the fate on the distribution side, sales and marketing side. And then we obviously advise them that it's the best time to go for operator search assignment for your hotel, and it's an opportunity for you to rebrand your hotel and the encash on the brand trust factor, loyalty factor, so that the chances of the distribution and the getting the business increases for your hotel, because they come with the national presence or the international presence in the case of international operators, and that's going to be the useful to you. But a lot of the owners mentioned to us that the only challenge they are running the operations from long time. They know that art how to run it. They are pretty comfortable. They don't want the operation to let go. So then we advise, okay, rather management, we can go for franchise. And but franchise is still not a very prominent word in our industry. If I talk about statistics, at present we have 160,000 room inventory in the organized space, in the branded space, out of which not even the less 10% share is with the franchise contract. Majority of them remains under the management contract, and that's how the Indian hospitality industry is moving from last few decades. And so the owner said that maybe this can be option, but there was a lot of questions regarding the franchise and how it's going to work, what's going to happen, and all. So that's it. So we thought it's a great time to organize a workshop on franchise industry where we can invite different stakeholders, starting from the brands who provide the license to the owner to use the brand name. And apart from the owner's perspective, who are right now having the license of international or domestic brands and using it, what's their experiences, what the pros and cons, how they are going through this, what the advantages they can take out of this, and how the performances of their own hotels. So it will give a very balanced approach. So that's the reason we organized two panel discussion, one from the brand perspective, one from the owner perspective. And the last one is going to be the session. Last leg is going to be on the subject of the contract negotiation. That's bit important, because I always say in my team and in the industry as well that contract negotiation, when you do and you shake hand with a brand, it's more like a marriage, because these are long-term contracts. Then when you go and see a bride for your son or for your family member, or a bridegroom for your daughter, the first thing you check is that what all they're gonna about the credentials, who are the people. Similarly, it works in the hotel industry. You need to check that what's their presence, how well they're doing with the existing asset which they are having, and what the performance is, what type of team they have, RSS offices. So there are more than 18 parameters. During the day, we will touch all that and try to give you as much in-depth idea about the franchise as we can. We try our best. That's why we're calling it a workshop. And so on that side, we are making sure that the industry gets the fair perspective on the franchise, how this work, how it operates, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, how in a collective manner it can work. Sometimes third-party operators are also get active in these sort of transactions. So we're going to take you through all this process. Now, coming on the industry sides, as you all know, we are going through a demand shock. Even some of the best hotels in city like Mumbai, which are upscale or upper upscale, they are also struggling to achieve ARRs. It's anything between 3,000, 4,000 occupancies all-time low. And the whole reason is then if the branded hotels are struggling, most of them, unorganized hotels are completely shut right now. Okay, that's the reality across the country. For even in states where it's permitted that you can open a hotel, owners are still choosing the option of not to start because it's more expensive to operate in these market conditions than the keeping it closed is actually more viable than making it operational. So I think this is gonna be remain the situation is gonna be in a similar way for next 3 to 4 months. That's how it looks like, and we all are learning. All the stakeholders, every day we learn. The new situation occurs, in the government also changes the rules on the daily basis because it's not their fault. That's how the scenario is something new for every one of us, whether in the authorities or the hotel side or the employee side or operator side or the owner side. So that's a process which is going on. So that's the reason, I think it's the best time for us to rework on our SOPs as an industry, to rework on our cost analysis, to rework on the cost ratios, to see where all the efficiencies can be brought in. Okay. For a standalone hotel owners, for our independent hotel owners who are running from long time, it's a time where we really need to work on the cost side. And branded operators can be one viable option for you, and with due respect to the independent hotel owners, and some of them are doing phenomenally well. So I interviewed one of the independent hotel owners, and when he came to us for the assignment, he said that I would like to go for operator search, and I asked that you are doing so well, your P&L is doing the last 2-3 years is showing positive numbers. Why you're looking for operator? Means there has to be a strong reason. He said that, Mr. Jain, I was fully dependent on the inbound market for the season time. It was that asset was in Rajasthan, and for the off season, I was getting businesses from the local domestic markets, and I was comfortably doing around 70 to 72% occupancy, and I was happy. Now I really see that couple of business lines is going to be off the table at least for next 2 to 3 years. I have to relook towards the new business channels. For that, I don't have time, neither resources, and it's going to be too expensive for me to go and pick up those business lines from the markets, which is not going to be a very viable scenario for me. So it's better I should shake hands with a safer option. So that's the reason, all these points become very critical. Now, on the consumer behavior side, we recently conducted one survey and to check how the consumer is behaving and what's they think, what's going to be the key parameter when they're booking the hotel. And we interviewed from the SME side, the manufacturing plant proprietors, owners in pharmaceutical, FMCG, FITs from the tourism consumer perspective, the typical weekend getaway market size. And we did a decent sample size while doing this study. And a very unique thing we found that 73% of them said that they will book only with a branded hotel chain. It can be domestic, it can be international, but that's the preference number one. And when the corresponding question was there that if the price goes higher than the usual, if you had a budget of let's say 4,000 for a city like Mumbai when you was traveling for your work, are you ready to pay more if you're opting for branded? They said up to 20% they're very much comfortable to pay more. Now that's a sign, something which is very encouraging and positive. Though the time is difficult for first, I will say 3 to 4 months for us for the next 3 to 4 months. But going forward, I think it's an opportunity for the industry at large to migrate from unorganized to organized in a big way. Okay, let's say for our national average of occupancy is at 60% collectively, though data is always concern in organized spaces around 63, 64 is easily accessible data, but when the unorganized space is not that easy. But let's say even the national average is 60%. Let's say even the demand contraction is there and we dips down to 35% occupancy, okay, as a market for next 12 months. But at the same time, that 35% occupancy, majority of that will go to that branded organized space, which is right now 150,000 odd rooms currently, which is less than 15% of the total supply we are available in the country. There's going to be a lot of positive outlook for that particular organized segment where the business is going to go first, and that's a positive side. And that's the reason I'm strongly recommend for the hotels where capex is limited required, for independent and standalone hotels where capex is limited required, evaluate this option before making up firm decision, option of doing conversion, so that demand side which is available in the market, you will be the first contenders to go and pick up that demand. Okay, it's not viable that with a 40 or 80 rooms or even 100 room hotel we can have sales offices across the country. And in these markets, then consumer, the first parameter in a study that shows the first parameter for him to book a hotel room, which brand and what are their health and hygiene SOPs, at least what the perspective a consumer is carrying. That's very critical and important. If that is sorted, only then he's going and making the booking. The earlier, even on a TripAdvisor, when you check the hotel status, okay, what is the TripAdvisor rating? Even if it's standalone hotel, TripAdvisor rating is good. Consumer goes and make a booking, and that happens. That's very much happened, and it was a relevant scenario. Now the trends are shifting. Trends are very much shifting. If capex is not much for the conversion for your hotel, at least evaluate on a serious thought what type of capex is required, and negotiate well with the brand, whether it's franchise or management. Today we'll talk more about franchise because it's relevant from franchise workshop. Discuss with them, negotiate hard on the commercial as well as on the legal points. Both are equally important. Commercial is one aspect, but at the same time, when it's a 20-year long relationship or 15-year, whatever the term we negotiate. At the same time, it's very important what are the legal points we are getting into, because we might not foresee today, 2 years, 3 years down the line. What's going to happen 10 years down the line, none of us are aware. The way COVID-19, none of us were aware it's coming. So finally it came, and today force majeure is one of the biggest questions. A lot of agreements are either silent on that, a lot of ambiguity is there. High courts have come up with some rulings, but it's an area of concern. So that's the reason I think whenever we enter into contracts, the commercial negotiation, if it's 30% weightage, 70% weightage, I'll give to the legal, the key points which need to be negotiated well and need to be sorted. At least the owner should have absolute clarity on each and every legal point, what exactly is entering into. That's very important. Now, looking for your hotel, looking for your asset, it's important that we need to evaluate that whether a domestic brand fits well or an international brand fits well. That's very important. So what type of clientage is going to come to your property? Who is the target audience? Are we expecting a lot of business coming from the metro cities, or we expecting business coming from the other tier 2, tier 3 cities? So these are the few fundamental points which need to be sorted well before we take a decision whether I want to go for an international brand or for a domestic brand. Both have their own advantages. Both have their own strength areas. Both have their own pros and cons. So these are the points which need to be well sorted and well negotiated, and evaluate as many options as you can which are relevant to your hotel. Speak with them, negotiate hard with them. If you feel necessary, appoint relevant consultants for that particular assignment, and make sure that you take time but reach to a logical conclusion, because those decisions are for the long term. Okay. Now, apart from that, I would like to share one important, story. In my own experience, or rather, I will say that few days back, one of the leading manufacturer and pharmaceutical company in northern India, their chairman called me, who is one of my uncles as well, and he said to me that Nadi, I have to travel from Delhi to Mumbai. And I said that, why are you traveling? It's a difficult time, COVID-19. You should not be traveling. He said that, no, I'm compelled to come because I have to do some important signatures and all that, which I can't do digitally. I'm compelled to come. And he said, I said, okay, fair enough, come. And he said that, Nadi, where should I come and stay? I said that, okay, stay in any branded hotel or any hotel which you feel like necessary, wherever you usually come for your work and stay. And to my surprise, he said that I'm actually very scared. I can't avoid that, the reason I'm coming. Okay. Even in the branded hotels, tell me which chain follow the SOPs religiously. Okay. Now that's the level of, because he was coming with the entire team of 10, 12 people for that transaction. He said that from my middle level management to the senior level management, I want everyone to be well secured, well taken care of. Okay, that's the reason. Please tell me inside of who followed the best SOPs and all that. Now that's type of investigation which your consumer is doing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If they don't rely fully even on the branded chain, they have a lot of doubts, and which is natural. Even if I put myself in a spot for a moment, that even if I travel, these will be the relevant questions which even I will think, or I will ask to my hotel wherever I'm planning to stay. What are you policies you are following. He said that I genuinely want to know, you are an insider from the industry, what they follow and are they following? Is this what's gonna be? Because we don't know what's happening in the back of the house behind the curtains. Are they following everything? Is we gonna be secured? A lot of other questions. It's gonna be, are they, letting the check-in happen to COVID-19 patients? Are they giving some floors to quarantine as a quarantine facility? Who all are coming and all that? So there was 100 of questions. So if a branded properties are facing these questions, I'm sure standalone hotels going to face much more tougher questions. So it's a time where I think we need to take a firm call as a hotels to take a right decision. These 3-4 months are going to be the lead period for the entire industry. These are the time to check these options, to evaluate these options, to make sure that we, enter into right contracts, invest this time into the upgradation of your asset, invest time in training your staff, okay, invest time in setting up the distribution, to making sure to increase your presence in the digital marketing. And that's what the brands bring all on the table. And that's what we are there to help and support us. So I strongly recommend that give a strong thought on this. Okay, even if you don't think that's an option for you, but do work on all these areas for your hotel to make sure that these 5-6 areas on the operation front, digital marketing front, on your website, the right communication is going into the market to your existing guests and to your potential guests, so that they are aware that what they are getting into and what the hotel is offering. But it's more, whatever maybe you're doing the best of the practice on the ground. I'm not denying from the fact, we have amazing operation experts in our country. I'm sure they are giving best of the, efforts are putting on the ground level to make sure the guest is held to the best health and hygiene conditions. But the consumer perspective to be taken care of is very, very, very important. It's very important because ultimately they are the one who come and bring the buck to the hotel, to bring the revenue to the hotel. If consumer is not there, the hotel's gonna struggle. So taking care of that consumer perspective, their state of mind, how they're thinking, what are the key parameters they have in the mind when they're making a booking for the hotel. If we win and solve that part of the story, I think we're gonna be well sorted. On the other side, I think in the mid to long term, the Indian consumption story is absolutely intact. There's nothing to worry. We are a country of 1.35 billion population. We are absolutely gonna be in the same state within next 18 months. Okay, once the some cure or vaccine firmly is out in the market and we have much more relaxation, the business as usual gonna go and pick up. So I really don't see challenges in the mid to long term. I think in 18 months down the line, we really can't question the consumption story of our country. We are one of the youngest countries, so it will be well taken care of. These are the next 12 months are the crucial ones. Okay, and I think rather than talking much about the problem, we should treat it as an opportunity to reset ourselves, to improve our efficiencies and make sure how we can be more profitable and we can make the best post this COVID-19 situation. And that's the time where areas where we all need to invest our time and make sure that we actually grow as a stronger hospitality ecosystem together. Thanks a lot, and looking forward to all of you for the next sessions, which is starting 10:30, franchise brands perspective, and we will take it forward from there with all of you. And have a great 3-hour working session with us. Looking forward to all of your presence. Thank you very much.